Hello there from San Diego, back on the Comic-Con campus, and unlike a lot of our videos this year, it's looking a whole lot more like Comic-Con these days. We're the week out. This time next week we'll be then for preview night, or lining up for preview night, I guess. But as you can see behind me, we've got wraps. If you've been following along on social media, you've seen lots of wraps. So let's take you on a little tour. I think we're gonna hit about 7 different spots as we walk around. So try to be as efficient as possible. Gonna start here at Park 12 and make our way out to the Pendry eventually, and show you a little bit of what we've been seeing today. We are not gonna walk all the way out to Sonic, but Sonic is coming together, and if you saw the article earlier today that the unofficial blog put together, it opens tomorrow actually. So that is cool. It gives extra time. Obviously, we're always fans of off-sites getting on board early and giving attendees more time to enjoy them, locals, etc. So Special Ops Lioness, a little surprised it's not done actually from Paramount Plus, because it was coming together a few days ago when we were here, but you can see it now as it stands. They're not quite done. But one of the things that we did, if you watched our other video about this, it is like totally the reason to me for advertisement at Comic-Con. Is like I had no idea this existed. Not sure how many people out there that'll see it at Comic-Con or see it online right now know about it, but I had no idea Special Ops Lioness was a thing. Didn't know it was on Paramount Plus. Didn't know it was starring Zoe Saldana and that Morgan Freeman and Nicole Kidman. It's like, that's a pretty awesome collection of people there. So yeah, good to see them all on there and see that advertisement there. Hello to you guys in the chat there. Just a week out, one more week. Yep, Alejandro, hello there. Great Patreon supporter there. Parks and Cons crew, we appreciate it. Thank you, Alejandro. Hello there, Manny. All right, so there's not a ton in this first few steps here. I mean, we've got the One Piece one across the way. Now, one thing I noticed as we're sitting here is Esri is going on. Hello there. It's Carrie Dixon. As Esri, this big conference going on here, if you're not familiar with it, it takes over the convention center like a full week before it even begins. So it began on Monday, it goes through Friday, but all last week they were building like sets in there. They were putting couches and lounges and all sorts of stuff. So one of the things I've noticed is basically everything on that side of the tracks outside of One Piece is in Esri mode. So you can see the wrap up there, and it just, everything over there is wrapped up really for that conference and not for us yet. So we will keep an eye on it, obviously, but it doesn't play in today. So some spots here that are not ready yet and haven't been touched yet. Clean canvas. Maybe we'll see some stuff going on there tomorrow. Same thing over here, this side of the Hard Rock. The first thing we're actually going to see is the Omni. It's so good to see the Omni underway. To me, the Omni is like, I don't know, it's one of those wraps that just, I guess that and Hilton Bayfront are like the two that I feel like I just pay attention to the most when we're out here looking around, because they're just such huge canvases, and they obviously are right looking over the convention center there. All right, if I missed your question, I think Carmel is maybe in the chat taking some questions too, but feel free to drop them in there again. It has been hot today, and yeah, not as pleasant as I would have liked today. I think the thing that I always remember about the Gaslamp area in the Comic-Con campus this time of year is, as you look right ahead of me here, there's not a lot of shade. So even though the temperature's not bad, there is a lot of, I mean, this whole walk when I do it, there is not a tree to be found. I mean, someday this tree will work, I guess, for a stop, but right now, no shade. On the other side, met up to say hi to a friend earlier, and it was just like, there's just nowhere that really has any shade. So not a lot of shade. And as a result, it makes it feel really hot and unpleasant when I'm kind of bopping around on a day like today. Much warmer than it was last week. All right, as we're coming up on the Omni here, one of the things that's really exciting about it is that they are using more of the canvas. And Cap Media spoke about that on the SD Concast. They had said that when they use the Omni, or when they wrapped the Omni this year, they were excited about using some expanded footprint. And that is awesome because we already are getting a look at it, even though the wrap is just underway. It's almost like they did the extra part just for us today to see some new exciting stuff, because they haven't gotten to this side of the building, but they have done this. You can see some Simpsons love going on there. And if you are a Comic-Con veteran, you know this is a part of the hotel that normally is not wrapped up. So that is in addition to what we're gonna see here on the main facade. This is part of the Hulu Animayhem push that we're getting. We've got the offsite also coming on the back side of the convention center. Something along with that. Sounds like there's gonna be some fun stuff coming. Obviously lots of details coming. I feel like every year I have to write myself a reminder, read the reminder of like, everything's announced 1 week to go and less. Everything's announced in those last days. It's so weird to have been here so many times in the last few weeks. And we have quite a drive. For those that maybe don't follow us as closely, it's about 3.5 to 4 hour round trip drive for us to get down here. So it is not a lot of fun to come down here. And the plan was to not come down here today, but there was just so much stuff going on. It felt like I needed to come out and grab it. So we are here. There we go. Homer up there. You can see Stewie up at the top. So the Omni wrap, which is going to be massive, is underway. Long way to go. Probably be working on it through the weekend, but it is looking cool already. Love that color palette. As we make our way here, you'll see some of the Esri crowds coming out. It's a, was it technology mapping conference? Actually, we can start seeing Yellowjackets from here, but we'll come around here and get a better angle. All right, Baja Ricks. Driving in from Phoenix. Hope it is a smooth drive. We were just out there for Phoenix Fan Fusion. Had a good time with that. All right, there we go. More Paramount. So already we've got a theme here. Paramount Plus is in on things here. They are present. It would have been perfectly fitting if the Paramount Plus trolley was pulling up behind us, but it's not. Solar opposites, but it fits Hulu. That's one of the really nice trains where they're using the entire train there. Haven't seen Spider-Man 2 out here today, but have seen the other ones, Paramount Plus, particularly at Solar Opposites, and then of course Futurama. But yeah, here we go for Yellowjackets. Yellowjackets, one of my favorite shows, but also I feel like the only show I've ever watched that gives me bad dreams after watching it. So I think I'm getting maybe too old. Horror movies never have, but something about Yellowjackets has some dark stuff. They are working underway there. Nothing going on in the lobby yet, but we'll be keeping an eye on that. In fact, to extend that, nothing going on in any of the lobbies today as we went around, nor the elevators. Maybe we missed it, some elevator somewhere, because they'll start wrapping those up. But as of today, we're basically showing you everything that we've seen. This is why I love the skylines coming together here. We'll make our way next over to Interview with the Vampire over at the Hilton Gaslamp. But definitely starting to get that Comic-Con feel there. All right. We'll wait for these cars going down. Here on 5th, they have not begun on this side yet, nor have they begun with anything with Mary Jane's. Also on that side, not started yet. But as we get to the back, we'll see for Prime, they've just wrapped up Good Omens. So would imagine they're going to start moving to this side as well as the lawn side over there. So they've kind of started on the front and the back and some of the middle. Okay, we'll follow this guy through. You can see this is a big conference. It's supposed to be only 12,000 people, which seems small, but for this convention center, but it takes over the entire convention center, it seems. And every time it's like lunch or dinner time, the walkways are just flooded with people. All right, here we go. Interview with a Vampire. This area we're very excited for. This is looking fantastic. Love the theater. You can see them working on it right here, like a box office area, or I guess it's the front door to the theater. Yeah. So you're seeing the wrap in live action right there. Above it, you can see they're advertising the new season coming in 2024. They've got some posters, some artwork to go with it there. People seem really excited about this part up here. And then you can see in there, you can see a little bit there. Our friend from Kim from Outside Comic-Con got a really good picture of that. You can check it out over in her social or at the SDCC unofficial blog as well. Really clear, crisp picture. Much better than what we can see right now in video. And again, that skyline back there, misspelled steaks. You can see Yellowjackets there. I actually almost missed that myself earlier today as I was walking in. But I love this skyline. The animation domination. Or animation, what is it? Anime, there we go. Not animation domination. Not doing that anymore. All right, front is a blank canvas right now. It's interesting because the Hilton Gaslamp has had so much activity in here, and we've still got these big sections that are to be done, which is really exciting. I think it's looking like the Hilton Gaslamp is going to be one of the most detailed spots at Comic-Con this year. Over here, Hilton Gaslamp's undergone a lot of renovations. They've totally changed their lobby, the new restaurant area, bar area, etc. So if you are staying at the Gaslamp, it looks really nice. We've always liked the Hilton Gaslamp. We've never stayed there during Comic-Con, but we did stay there once when they were just kind of reopening up from all the closures, and really loved it. But it seems like a kind of dream spot for us for Comic-Con some year. But here, this canvas, all blank as well. Thought we might see something today because they've had this parked here all day long, but this one has not been in service. You can also see here, got the trucks out, so always things coming along with that. For those wondering about Peanuts and gosh, what else is on? There's a few that are on J, which is down over this way. And some of these areas here are multi-use. So for example, right there, you've got the housing above and then Fleming's underneath. So there's plenty of spots over there. You know, Peanuts has been on that side in the past. Sonic is on J the other way, right by Basic. I know Carrie knows that, but just to share with everybody else. And it looked pretty cool. Looked from the outside, looked just about ready to go. All right, let's try not to get hit by a car, make our way across. If you watched any of our prep videos, you know we're big fans of Cena, particularly their breakfast sandwich and their BLTs are just incredible. All right, there we go. It's Invincible, right? Yeah, gotta be Invincible. I don't know about all you. I love the Invincible comic and I love the Invincible series. And that's one of those things that makes me really excited because got a lot of attachment to it. Yes, they did close the clone place for Sonic. And I agree, Carrie, it just has to be, right? I don't think I'm very good at that guessing game that a lot of the blog members are. But on that one, I feel like that is the comic right there. All right, there we go. Sweet angle. It's nice when they wrap up. Pun intended. Good Omens 2, July 28th, new season. Synced right up with Comic-Con. That one had some good shots yesterday with Outside Comic-Con and now all done today. Now on the inside there again is that American Vampire wrap as well. Still wonder about this spot underneath there. It's not claimed to our knowledge, but they have boarded it up kind of or put some butcher paper type in the front of it there. So as of now, It just would make a great spot for some sort of offsite activation, but to our knowledge, nothing is going there. There was a spot last year. Wondered that same thing. All right, so we're gonna try to avoid people selling us things because that has been a big part of this day. The streets have been filled with people selling things.
You already know it's gonna be something else. Yeah.
So the bollards have all been installed here. So you kind of get the feel in this closed off area here, extending down 5th. So for this stuff, it's really nice to be able to just kind of cruise down the center here and not have to worry about traffic or anything. Up here on the left, Happy Does. Tickets for the lodge came out today and seemed to be gone super fast. Paramount Plus tweeted them out. They are coming to Happy Does. If you look at, I believe it's South by Southwest and a few other places, they've done that kind of activation, which is a celebration of Paramount Plus. Lots of photo ops from what it appeared. But that is the location. There's the outdoor area there to extend the experience. And as an aside from just some of the visuals, we're gonna come up here on Daryl Dixon in a minute, but people have asked, some of these spots have added more seating actually in the last few weeks in the outdoor area, but you get a feel right now in terms of who's extending. I am wearing my Hoka's shoes. I've actually stopped wearing anything but them because I was getting so much foot pain from everything else. So giving these a shot. Still have lots of foot pain, but probably half of what I had before. All right, so here we go. Daryl Dixon wrap. It's coming together here, and I'll come around and show you. They actually have the posters up in the windows there to give a little bit better feel for it here by CVS. This one's been a slow go today. When we got here this morning, or I guess it wasn't this morning, this afternoon, it was just that corner, but it's taken them a while. I guess the brickwork must make it a little extra complicated. One thing before we cross the streets, take a look at Pendry down here. You can see if you've been following along with the transformation for Margaritaville from Hotel Solomar. I thought they were actually done yesterday, but they are continuing to work on it today. So more signage work, more of the lights. You can see the murals up there with the parrots. All right, let's cross. And the various bus stops starting to get their advertisements to sync up as well. I've got Twisted Metal here. We've seen Sony's Spider-Man 2 as well. Haven't seen any buses themed up. Actually, here's another Twisted Metal right there. Yeah, no buses so far. Curious to see if we'll see any wraps on those. But yeah, there we go. And we couldn't quite figure out what this was. Thank you there, Night Bodega. Yeah, we do very much appreciate the likes and the retweets and the shares and the Patreon and the super chats and all of those things. Any kind of support is very much appreciated. There we go, Pendry. And so over here is where we get the Daryl Dixon part of it all. The wrap, it's still a little hard to figure it out, or I don't think I would have figured it out at least. But here we go, AMC, Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Hope is not lost. So this appears to be, we're going over with a Walking Dead over here. And there's that E and the S that appears in the wrap out front. So basically this, all the Norman Reedus fans, you'll have a ultra large Norman Reedus here very soon. Yeah, you can see here, they're working away. I'm gonna cross the street real quick. At the top there, it looks like it's starting to spell out the Hope, and then Walking Dead there. So A nice canvas there again for Comic-Con crowds. And then we are on J Street, so for Sonic, it is straight on down there, past Margaritaville, past the 7-Eleven, and then you'll make it there. So if you've ever walked out like towards Lolita's area, I mean, it's not right there, but it's kind of that general type of walk. I believe it is closer than the Roseanne, the Lanford Lunchbox one. So a couple of these kind of far out there, which is always neat. The bigger the campus is, the better in my opinion. So good stuff there. All right, I am looking at the chat. This is our last stop for today. We're going to be back looking at more. How humid is it there right now? Great question, because it is definitely, I mean, it's not Florida humid by any means, but it is definitely more humid than I feel like it's been on several of our visits in the last year here. It reminds me a little bit, I don't know, was it Comic-Con 2019 where it was kind of warm and humid? And I know they've been anticipation of thunderstorms and things like that. So that would make sense. Just the metal looks great. The like button, yes, yes. Any other questions before I tune out here? First time in San Diego, how safe is the area? We've never had any issues at all. I mean, we have had a lot of people ask for money, that's for sure, but nothing like, you know, we're here so many days throughout the year walking these streets. I mean, for us, when we come to San Diego, it's always in the Gaslamp area here. But there are tougher parts. I saw somebody had commented on the video we did yesterday where we were waiting out at, what is it, Imperial and 12th, the train station, and they were like, yeah, that's not really a very safe area. And it was like, yeah, there was a lot of kind of, I don't know, touch and go moments in terms of kind of people harassing each other and stuff like that. But that's also not an area we hang much in. And when Comic-Con's underway, the streets are filled with Comic-Con fans. So we've always felt very safe here. We've always felt very, very safe here. So never had any worries about that. But, you know, obviously watch your surroundings. Make sure you're in good shape. Alejandro, thank you. It's very safe. Good. Yeah. Yeah, if we could magically transport this convention to anywhere in the world, we wouldn't move it 1 inch. Like, this is, I mean, even though it's, like I said, a 3.5, 4 hour drive, round trip drive for us to come down here, and a lot farther for a lot of you. A lot of you are spending thousands of dollars with flights and everything. But yeah, I wouldn't move it, let's say, to Anaheim or anything like that closer. Love the area. It's a perfect spot for Comic-Con. And yeah, pretty much love everything about it, including feeling always safe around this area. So, all right, so I am going to wrap this one up. A lot shorter than a lot of the lives we've been doing lately, but it has been a long day. Showed you kind of the latest and greatest in all this, and then I'll be back tomorrow with more. Carmel's going to be down with me again tomorrow, so we can hopefully take in a lot more. And we should actually have a fun treat of something else to share, in addition to like wraps and things like that. So we'll communicate more on that on social media. Follow along with us, and we'll have it there, okay? All right, wrapping up here from San Diego. See many of you tomorrow. Till next time, see you in line somewhere.